Hey, it's Wednesday again, so welcome, and I'm very excited to bring you another layout where I use my summer bundle products, just some flourishes and cut files that I created, and you can find them on iHeartStudio. So this is another layout with Tia's grad photos. I did a photo shoot for her and her four best friends, and these four are all four dancers. So I'm using product life cards, and I'm going to embellish each card with some embellishments. So it's going to be black and white and tone on tone, and then with a surprise touch of pink. And this camera and most of the embellishments are from the Maggie Holmes confetti chipboard embellishments, and you can find the link in the related products. There you can see it. And I'm just using all the black and white ones, and I just love working with black and white. I wanted to do a little bit more of a design idea here. So I'm just going to, you can see I'm using 3 cards, that is 3x4, and then one card that I cut a little smaller so that the 4 cards together make a little square. While I'm in this stage of the making, I didn't have an idea of what I want to do really. So even when I added the pink stripes later on, I was surprised because at this stage I wasn't sure at all what I wanted to do. I just wanted to create like I said, a grid design with some black and white embellishments, and it was really inspired by the Maggie Holmes chipboards with the beautiful black and white that you can find on there. So I'm just using a little bit of hot glue. You can see the chipboard come off quite easily, so I just decided it's better just to stick it down with hot glue, in that way it will stay on the layout. Okay, so you can see how it's coming along, and my idea was with this stitching, that's machine stitching, that's sort of my theme for this month, is I wanted to stitch around the grids just to enforce the idea of the grids. But before I did that, I decided, okay, let's be very adventurous and make pink stripes. So I used watercolors, and because I wanted to have a very watercolor look or effect, but in the end I just mixed up some new watercolors. I used rose pink and white. You know, I've said it a couple of times, but a white piece of paper is the cheapest canvas you'll ever get. So my idea was, let me try it, let it dry, and test the photo and the embellishments on it. And if it doesn't work, that's fine. I can just do it again, you know, or change it up or try something new. But I was very lucky in the sense that it worked the first time. There I realized my brush is too small. I needed a really wide brush, and this white brush just worked like perfectly. You can see I used quite a bit of water and very simple a stripe down, and there you go. And I wanted the water congregation of water at the top and bottom, because when it dries, it just creates the most beautiful effect. And that's it, very simple, just straight lines, and you can see I covered some of them twice. So now I'm just drying it with my embossing tool, and already at the bottom you can see how beautiful those water drops are drying up. Really get that watercolor look, and that's exactly what I wanted. I was so happy when it turned out this way. So I'm picking it up, just looking against the light to see if I can see any shiny spots, and now I'm going to go ahead and just finish my layout. you know, I'm always surprised. I think that's one reason why I absolutely love the process of scrapbooking, is because of the design element to it. You know, you can create the most beautiful design element, and if you really think about it, it's so simple. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing spectacular. It's actually very, very simple. I used a little bit of hot glue, and I just placed the cards on the layout just to make sure when I stitch it, it doesn't move around. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm going around, and just going over the squares or the rectangles, and make sure that I cover them all a couple of times. You can see that in the close-up photographs on my blog. Right, once that's done, again, I'm leaving the threads rather long so that I can make little bundles of thread, like you can see there, and just stick them down. And now I'm going to I'm going to stamp on the layout, and I'm using some of, I think it's Ollie Edward stamps. Forgive me if I can't even tell you the name because I've had them for so long, but they just work. They just work perfectly here. I'm using photo corners to add my photograph, and I really believe that this black and white photograph just works so beautifully with the black and white embellishments. Whenever I order photos, I make sure that I have a good amount of black and white photos in there because I love to work colorful. Sometimes a black and white picture just calms everything down, but sometimes you want to just go with the black and white idea, and this is also when it's lovely. There you can see the stamp set, and I'm cutting it up, believe it or not, because I don't have space to stamp it so, you know, a long sentiment. So I just decided to cut it up, and now I'm just going to stamp one at a time, one line at a time, because I want to make them closer together, like closer than the test. There you go. And just adding the second part of the sentiment, stamping it a couple of times. And yeah, so, you know, and I'm going to stamp I Hope You Dance as well, and just have to reposition the stamp. I really believe that the black and white just works lovely. The stamps also worked nicely. And now I'm going to add some script to the camera card. And I'm going to just zoom in really and show you what I'm doing. My head was in the way for a little bit. I'm just testing my focus there. So I had to crop it out a little bit more. But if you don't feel comfortable doing this, I suggest that you try it on a piece of paper first. I used a very small brush, but you have to remember that I've been doing it for a long time. So even if it looks quite easy, you know, with me painting my journaling on here, it was actually quite hard. It wasn't as easy as I thought, you know. So just use a little small brush, and I used India ink, and here you can see the process of it. I'm just cropping out my head there. I wanted to do different textures and imagery all in black and white, and I think this texture really worked well. It's almost like, and I've said it numerous times before, I love text on layouts because it's not only meaningful, but it's also great texture. So there you go. So it became easier as I went along, and I'm just thankful that it worked. Because again, I had an idea, what if I make a mess, you know? But in the end, I just loved it. So yeah. So now I'm adding another flourish to the bottom. I just felt that I wanted to repeat it, and you'll see how I'm going to tuck it in behind everything by cutting out little pieces. So yeah, it's actually a good idea to do that first, but you know what, sometimes you can't do it first, so it's better to just work this way and just tuck it in. I'm just cutting out pieces so it looks like it's behind everything and not in front. If I worked in Photoshop or Lightroom or something, I would have right-clicked and said send to back, or just adjusted the layer to the, you know, to the bottom, and then it all goes behind. But in real life, you actually have to cut and paste. So there you go. And I love this flourish. I think it works wonderful with just with the whole idea of the layout. It's soft and romantic and beautiful. So we're almost done. I think I want to I'm gonna add some journaling, add a couple more black and white embellishments. And you know what's interesting, if you go through your stash of embellishments, you'll be surprised at how much black and white stuff you have. You know, I was surprised when I went through my box of black and white, not black and white, but embellishments, and just to see how much I actually have. And it's a very good idea to get also to decrease your stash a little bit, is just to do color specific embellishments, you know. I also love the tone on tone, so that's you're the best, you can't really see it. And then just that little flag. I had to find a way to put it, or a place to place it. There you go. And I think that's it. The next thing I'm going to do is just look for a background to mount my page on, and then I'm done. So again, a very, very simple page. I did some journaling next to the little wind wheel there, and I'll show you that in a second. But I'm still on this black and white background phase, which I absolutely love, and I had to decide which one would actually, this was my thinking while I was doing it, who's gonna wear it best, you know. So I think the other one won, not this big black and white stripes, the other one with the diagonal stripes. But I did use this page in the next layout for a background. So who wore it best? I think you can tell me your thoughts, or you can make up your own mind, but I just loved the diagonal stripes. Definitely one of my favorites. You can see number 1, you know, or number 2. And I love that one. So thank you so much for watching another layout video with me. I love showing you my process. I love that you love my videos. Thank you so much. It's because of you that I can keep on doing it. And I'll be back next Wednesday with another video using the summer bundle as well as some grad photos. And up next, I'm just going to play you again my little promotional video for the summer bundle. Bye-bye. Hey, Wilna here. Are you ready for some summer scrapbooking? Well, I have 47 minutes of exclusive video for you when you purchase the summer bundle on iheartstudio.ca. And this is just a little sneak peek.